Hey guys, and welcome into the game where today we're playing Brand. Now this video is a little bit different, as you can see. We're gonna do a replay analysis, and the thing with this is that this is the second time I'm seeing all of this. So not a replay by the way, but I've seen it in game and now I'm seeing it again, so I can point out a lot more mistakes. And you don't really want to point out your own mistakes all that much in game, because you will only tilt yourself. And this way I can point out my own mistakes a lot more and I can learn from it a lot more. So everyone can download their own replays now. If you haven't tried it yet, I would say go ahead and do it, because it's very useful. You can learn a lot from it. I haven't been doing it that much, but I'm gonna be looking to do it a little bit more. Obviously it does take a lot of time. Like if you do a 40 minutes match and then you watch the replay, and that's 40 minutes again, that's twice as much. So yeah, it takes some time. Now I might pause it a little bit somewhere at some point if I want to talk about something, but I'm gonna try to keep it not too much longer than the actual game. And it won't be that much difference. Now, the one thing I want to say right now, this is not part of Unranked Diamond or Road to Diamond. This is not in Ranked. This is in normal, because I really wanted to try this out first instead of doing it on a Road to Diamond episode and maybe ruining a video. This could have been good otherwise. So yeah. Let's start it and see what happens. Okay, so we're mostly gonna be following us for now.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
So we're playing Brand in mid lane. I know it's mostly a support pick right now. It has like a 20% play rate in mid lane, but it's still doing well there. It still works. It has a lot of power. I don't know if I would really recommend it at the moment, but you can do it if you want. Okay, so Pantheon was actually here. We can just see. So I have turned on Fog of War, so we can only see what we were seeing in game. Now obviously I have more time, I don't have to pay attention to farming and stuff like that, so we are gonna be seeing a lot more stuff on the minimap and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a little bit different from the in-game commentaries. So again, I have not done this before, just want to point that out, because this might be really bad. Okay, so we're gonna start off just farming. There's not really a lot you don't really want to trade level 1 with Brand. I would say, like, his W has a lot of power, but it's kind of hard to hit. You probably want to get your Q combo and then try to hit your W. It's more effective, I would say. That's just my opinion, because I'm not really a Brand player, but from my experience the W is too slow. Okay, so here is the first Lee Sin gank, and we're gonna see a lot of those. The enemy had a Lee Sin who really liked to gank mid lane. We survived the first one, so that's great. I believe we dodged the Q. I didn't see it coming again. I was quite surprised the first time, but I managed to survive without even using flash. I do believe we had to use a potion. So yeah, Lux is trying to zone me a little bit with her E, but it's not too effective because I'm range 2, and you can farm pretty effective with your W, especially when you get a little stronger. You can one-shot the minion wave, and a big part of the game you can use W into E, which will one-shot at least 3 minions. So yeah, every lane is still doing okay. Let's just see the scoreboard. Top lane is down 2 CS, mid lane is completely even, but I still have a lot of CS to pick up here. Not gonna get those two, not gonna get that one. Maybe. We do get that one, so it's even now. We don't know about jungle. Bot lane is down 2 CS, but that's fine for now. You do kind of want them to win, but obviously it's Tristiana. From my experience, that can go either very well or very bad. Graves wants the gank. Kind of makes sense, I would say, because Lux is a pretty squishy target, doesn't have any mobility. So a gank can be very effective, especially if I land my stun. But at the moment he knew I was pushing if he just looked. I just used all my abilities on a minion wave. So obviously I was not going to do anything. It wasn't going to work. That's right. Why you should pay. And there's the second Lee Sin gank. Now he misses his Q. I could say that was because of Lux. Lux hit her Q, so I stopped moving. That's why Lee Sin missed. On the other side, I was stunned or rooted or whatever, so he should have hit it. But that's the first kill on the Lee Sin. A nice return gank from 3 people on my team. So as you can already see, we had a pretty nice team who was helping me quite a lot. So you won't normally see a Cho'Gath roaming at 4 minutes. Like Bard can roam, okay, he's designed to do. Graves can gank, obviously. That they were there at that exact time, okay, can happen. Then even the Cho'Gath with them, that's kind of rare, I would say. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We actually do have the blue buff. Someone died. Did I miss someone? My bad. Let's... Yeah, okay, so we did... I thought that happened. So we actually killed the Lux after that. I wasn't paying attention to the replay. But yeah, I believe Lux stayed and I was pretty low. But this Lux, from what I've seen already, I knew she wasn't all that good. She missed a lot of her abilities and stuff like that. Her positioning didn't make sense a lot of the time. And I was pretty confident that I could kill her. And that's exactly what happened. Also, maybe she didn't know I had blue buff, but obviously my mana was regenning the whole time, so that wasn't really a problem for me. So Lux is zoning me here a little bit. I'm level 6, but obviously there are a lot of minions. I actually missed that one, which is kind of bad. But we do get that one, so yeah. Right now, I wanted to go in here, because Lux is only level 5. So that means I'm stronger at the moment. I throw out my ult here because Lux was not being very smart and she took 2 or 3 turret hits. That's way too much in the early game. You can't take this as a Lux. That's why it was a free kill for me. Again, this Lee Sin ganked and it turned out to be really bad for them. So yeah, we get another kill. Now by far the strongest in the game with pretty good CS, like, well, not actually good, but good enough for this rating, I would say. And 3 kills. Now we're gonna talk about our build here. I started, when I started this game I wanted to go rower or just Rod of Ages, because that's a really good item for a brand. It gives you basically everything you need: AP, mana, and health, so you have some survivability, and you're a team fighting champion, so you don't really need a lot of damage in the early game. That's why it works. Now as soon as I got those 2 kills, I had a lot of gold and I decided to go for Haunted Guys. Now Haunted Guys is a really good snowballing item, basically, because it gives you AP, but the more important thing, it gives you mana regen, and later it will, when you complete the item, it will also give you the burn, which is really good for Brand. It also gives you some health, and Brand really needs some survivability. So it's basically a perfect item for Brand, and especially if you're snowballing already. Now this is something Graves uses are. I think he does hit it, then he doesn't get anything else. Then he gets hit by all of Lux's spells and he's dead. So was it a good idea? I would say his R, just trying to get the kill with his R, probably the right idea. You can do it, a lot of the time it works. This time he didn't, and I think he should have backed off right there. He should not have gone any further. And so now I'm pushing, trying to get as much damage on the turret as possible. Bot lane is doing very well. Now I don't think we have vision of Lee. Top lane will actually go down here. We don't have vision of Lee. I could see his health right now. I might actually want to turn that off next time. But I could see his health, and that's why he didn't gank, probably because he was just too low health. I did not know that, and that's why I went back early. I just wanted to be careful, not die to the Lee, because again he has had a habit of going mid lane. He has been camping me for quite a bit, and it wasn't effective, but it's still scary because you have to expect him to come back. That's where a lot of people get annoyed by campers, and I get that it's annoying. It can shut you down a lot of the time, but yeah, if you adjust your playstyle and just start playing safe, not go for crazy plays, it shouldn't be too effective most of the time. In some matchup there's not really a lot you can do. For example, I've had a lot of the times, if I get ahead on cannon against a lot of champions, they can't do anything. Okay, let's just watch this fight. She uses flash, gets away, there's the Lee. We'll see what happens. He goes for it, he jumps on the turret, doesn't get anything for it. Lux R does hit me, but I don't go down. So 2 flashes just for my R, and I survive. Now I wanted to go throw W out, but I decided to back off because I'm low health, and at this point there's not really a need to do that because I already have a lot of turret damage on their turret. This will maybe make it even, but I won't get it, and I know that. So there's no point really going for the W, especially because they will get the shutdown. But back to campers. If you are one of those persons that think I should not be in this rating, or if you think like I'm pretty good, I'm better than the people around me, because that's the only way you will climb. The only way you will climb in ranked is if you're better than the people around you. Now, if you do think that's true, and a lot of people do, and that's fine, but you can't just be like, I'm better than them, I don't have to improve. That's where it gets bad. But if you are that kind of person, you should not be mad at campers. Because when the jungler is camping you, he's not ganking people on your team that aren't as good as you are. Because apparently you should be able to deal with it. I trust myself that I will be able to deal with a camper, and that's why I don't really care about it. Now again, I have to back off because I know Lee is over here, and there's a good chance he will come. Now I'm guessing he's doing raves right now, he's getting very low, and that's why he's not actually coming. Obviously in game I did not know that, that's why I backed off right there. So Cho'Gath dies, then this is happening, and that's a free kill for Graves. Interesting play. Lux TPs to save the turret, makes sense. There's Lee again, misses his Q again. I'm gonna look for it, I'm gonna flash. Try to do the EQ combo. I missed the Q, but I still get the W, and he's dead. Another free kill for me. And that's where, as a jungler, against certain lanes, you should be really careful. For example, Ilaoi is the most obvious one, because if you will go with low health against an Ilaoi, you will die. That's something you should know. It's same with AP Cannon. If you gank an AP Cannon, he will just R, and if you're low enough, you die. That's just how it works. I got hit by the Q on the turret, so I do now have to back off. I'm also almost I have 100 mana, and that's enough for a W. So if I can hit her, I can, and that's another kill. So at this point we have 5 kills, top lane is behind, jungle is doing fine, and bot lane is a little bit behind, I would say, but it's the support who's really behind. Our AD carry is strong, or at least strong enough. Okay, there's another league gank, did ward it, so they should be fine. He goes for the W, but he just misses it. I think it was the right play to make. If it was just a little bit closer, he could have gotten that kill. Okay, he goes for another Q. At this point I don't think he should be doing this. I don't have Vayne. They are close to the turret, and this could easily go wrong for them. It's close, it's really close, but it did go wrong. Okay, so in top lane, yeah, there's not really anything going on in mid lane. There's Lux. I knew she was roaming, so... Okay, so the new Rift Herald. Lee's dead, by the way, so that's why they can do it. They also knew he was bot lane, obviously, so that's why they started it in the first place. New Rift Herald, obviously a lot of change. And this Pantheon R is coming in, I think he should die. We get first turret in mid lane. Yeah, Graves goes over the wall, goes back, and they finish it. Now they give it to Cho'Gath, which is fine. And he can probably get his turret with it. Is it really worth? Probably not. You can use it. I don't know how long you can keep it. I do think I've gotten it once, but I'm not sure. Did I get it once? Maybe. I don't think I've used it that game. That's weird. But at this point, a lot of the time, give it to your mid laner or give it to your AD carry and just group. Just go 5-man mid lane, get a turret, or 5-man bot lane. Obviously, you can get this top lane turret, but it's low health already, so it's not really a smart idea. Now, you can give it to your top laner, but then they need to be winning top lane. So, like, it's not gonna, like, he's using it here, but one, Pantheon will still win this matchup, so there's not really a point probably. There's actually the Lee, and I think he's gonna die. Yeah, pretty sure he's dead. There it is. And now they can just finish this off. But even if he got that turret, it didn't mean anything. He wasn't going to win that matchup because he got the turret or anything. He wasn't going to do anything. Now if they had Rift Herald right here, they could get this turret. They could push on with the Rift Herald, get this turret too. That would have been smart. That's the smart thing with the new Rift Herald. That's what you need to do. As I said, you can still give it to your top laner, but then you can also just go and group. Or it's champion like maybe a fat Teemo who just keeps split pushing and is getting really fat because of it. Maybe he can actually just get a kill on the enemy top laner, use it, get maybe an inhibitor or something. At that point it can be useful to give it to your top laner, and I'm not saying you should never give it to your top laner. I'm just saying you should not give it to the weak person on the team who's not grouping. Because this Cho'Gath is dying quite a lot. Like, his score is not that bad, but he's dying a lot in the 1v1 against the Pantheon. And obviously Pantheon is very good in laning phase, so It's not weird that he's dying. It's just that why are we giving him the Rift Herald if he's dying that much in the 1v1? I throw out my ult here, and that's actually a pretty bad thing from me. Now I did obviously know. Okay, I get the stun here, get my W, get the E. I have to flash away just to be sure, but we get the double kill, so that's worth. I was talking about something. Well, I forgot, but I think you get the point. So yeah. Infernal Drake, bad decision, right here. Just gonna pause it. This is a horrible decision. Who are alive? Let's see. Pantheon does have TP, does not have his R right now, but he can TP. He's winning this matchup. He can walk away into the bush, and that means he can start TPing. If Cho'Gath comes close to stop him, which he probably won't, but even if he does, he's probably dead because of it. So that means or a kill or a Pantheon TP. Who's also alive, Lux, has a lot of range abilities, can definitely just walk up here, try to steal with her Q, E, even her R, and free Infernal Drake for them. Now the biggest thing, obviously, Lee, right here. We have no vision on him, but we know he's alive, and he's probably gonna be in the area, because every jungler that knows what he's doing is gonna prioritize the Infernal Drake. Now, who's dead on our team? Graves. Our jungler is dead. Who's the carry on our team? Me. I'm back in our base. Who is our tank, which you kind of want in big team fights? Cho'Gath, and he's in top lane. He has TP, but he's almost dead, so he can't TP at this moment. So they're starting it. They can do it pretty fast, but let's see what's gonna happen. So far so good. No vision of Lee though. Okay, let's stop it right there. Lux R coming down as predicted. Does not get it, but it was close. Lee coming over the wall, gets it with a smite steal, because who doesn't have smite? The AD carry and the support, obviously. I'm not close enough to do anything. Graves is really far away. As I said, no Pantheon TP, but he does get the kill, so Cho'Gath is dead. Now, this is my point about the Drake. What's gonna happen next, because obviously I know what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen next is the result of the timing and everything just going wrong. Lee Sin should have been able to escape this if he uses his Q on the Drake to get in, use his W to go out. Now, he does have a ward, he should have W up, I don't know, maybe he misses something. So he should be able to escape. His team, as soon as Lee Sin gets the Infernal Drake and no one else dies, they even get a kill in top lane. Just let Lee Sin die, or any other jungler, just let him die. If he can't escape, that's fine, just let him die, because two champions here. Our AD carry is actually pretty strong. Our Bard obviously has a lot of CC, has exhaust up. Now they don't have vision of me. I'm pretty close, because obviously I'm going over there as soon as I can. Graves obviously running to get to the Drake, way too late, but he's still gonna go there just in case. Let's see what happens next. So I don't want to go for him just yet, but there he goes in. And they go in, that's one kill for the Bards. Should be another kill. Bard R comes down. This is great for me, by the way, because that means I can time my abilities. Bard does go down, but we get the kill. So far a 2-4-1. And there is the Lee with the Vayne. So as I said, this was exactly what's gonna happen. Lee Sin does make it out in this situation, great, but now two of their team go in and die. Graves dies, but Tristana is killing everything at the moment. I'm here, I should actually go over there. I decided not to, but I could have gotten the Vayne, so that's a mistake by me. Obviously I did not have vision of the Vayne, but still. So we get another kill, we get the Lee for our Graves. It's okay. In the end it's a 3 for 2, but they do get the dragon, Infernal Drake, so that's definitely worth for them. Especially because their team comp, a lot of it is damage, like Lux a lot of damage, Vayne a lot of damage, Pantheon a lot of damage, Lee a lot of damage. They do have one tank, but they have 4 high damage carries. Obviously Lee Sin and Pantheon they do fall off, but they still probably can one-shot already carry, so that's scary enough. Where Cho'Gath does a lot of damage kind of, but it's mostly his R and he's mostly just a really big tank. Obviously Tristana and Brand, those two are our carries. Graves does a lot of damage too, so we kind of have 3, 4. I would say it's better for them, so we definitely you can say like it's better for them, so why should we focus it? So they don't have it. That's basically it. Don't do Infernal Drake when their jungler is alive and yours isn't. That's just a horrible idea. Let's move on. We're still a lot stronger. Let's just point this out. Our AD carry 824, our mid laner 903. Now we have a big tank in Cho'Gath. He's actually not with us, which is kind of bad. But we do have the Bard for CC and healing. We have the Graves, who is pretty strong at 338. He can definitely one-shot some people. So we're just trying to get this turret. It's not going too fast. Obviously Brand is pretty short range, and that makes it a lot harder. It was a problem all throughout this game, but we do get quite a lot of damage on the turret. So Graves has to run away here. There's an engage over here. Lee dies, but I die too, so that's not really worth for us. Cho'Gath can split push because there's a Vayne coming, and obviously he can take that. So we have to back off for now. Graves is stealing a lot of their jungle, which is good. So for now, game kind of slows down. Nothing's happening, and that's mostly because of, I don't know, I guess team comps. Their team comp with Lux. Lux is kind of like a Nivea, Xerath, 6. They can delay the game really well, but Lux in a way is different from those champions because he also has a lot of one-shot potential, with all of the other champions have a little bit less of. But they can delay the game very well with good wave clear. Especially in Nivea has been known to do that. Just sit under turret, wave clear. She can do that for like 10-20 minutes if she needs to. And we didn't really have... We have good wave clear with like Graves, Tristana with Rune's Hurricane and Infinity Edge. Obviously Brand W deals a lot of damage to minions. I have to back off here, but I'm going for it. I do get the stun, that's a little bit of damage. Lee goes in, but gets stunned and dies immediately. I throw out my R, does hit quite a lot, but I don't get a kill for it. Now we have to be very careful for this Vayne. Obviously it's a Vayne, and I don't know how much damage she does, but I know later in the game I just get critted to death with one auto attack that deals 1000 damage. And I had a lot of trouble reaching this Vayne, because she wants to get close to me to hit me, and I need to get close to do any damage to her. Well, the problem is she has her tumble and everything, so she's very hard for me to actually get to, and I need to hit my W for it. But to hit my W, most of the time you need to hit your Q, and it goes on and on. It doesn't really work. There's Pantheon coming down, and that should be a lost team fight for us. So far nobody died. We actually get 2 kills. First one to go down is Cho'Gath on our team. Everyone is low, but so far no deaths except the Cho'Gath. Now they do decide to back off where I'm going to save top lane. This might be the first big mistake that I'm pointing out for myself. Someone had to go top lane and I thought 3 people mid. Should be fine, right? They all decide to back off at the same time. I think I get the point. I don't know really whose fault this is. Like, I should have gone mid, that's one thing. But they could have stayed and wave cleared, I would say. It's a guess. It was dangerous to do it, but we did give them a free turret. Okay, there's a Lee going over the wall again. And this is where you should do Infernal Drake. We have 1 kill. Lee is pretty low. We can probably one-shot him. We get a lot of damage onto them over the wall. And we get a free Infernal. That's really nice for us. And that will help very much in late game. Obviously it's also great that they don't have it. So yeah. Now what do we have to do to win? That's the question. Sieging so far has gone very bad for us. If Cho'Gath comes with us, because this Cho'Gath is split pushing a lot of this game, which is really weird and I don't know why. Because he's not winning the 1v1. We actually get a kill on this guy, which is nice. There's a big team fight. I'm gonna get wrecked by his Vayne again, but he does die from the Cho'Gath. So far 2 or 3. I think Cho'Gath's gonna survive. There's Bard R who hits the Lux, yeah. A lot of damage onto her. She might die. Yep, she's dead. Okay, and that makes this a 2 for 4. So that's really good for us. We probably get this turret. I would think so at least. Bard backs off. Don't know why. Cho'Gath backs off to go split push again. And that leaves Graves struggling to get this turret. So I really don't know, like, he's getting some vision I guess, or just some chimes for his passive. Now we don't get the turret, so Cho'Gath going split pushing again. That was weird play by us. Like, I don't know why they did that. Okay, so Bard is going for a 1v1 against enemy support. He should win that because he has way more damage. There's the exhaust from Braum, and not really needed, but it will help us quite a lot. Okay, so far 3 people going after the Cho'Gath. There's actually a flash from Vayne. Braum Q coming down and he's dead. That's why he should not be split pushing, because he can't do anything. Can't do anything in a 1v1, and at some point they're just gonna come. Okay, so 2 kills for me instantly. That means even though our tank is dead, we should win this now. There's a Bard R and death. Do actually miss everything, but yeah. Lux coming up. She's probably gonna try and use her R or E to wave clear, but she doesn't even get close enough. Lee goes down because I engaged on him, and Lux does escape for now. Still getting chased, and there's the Graves damage I would say, but she actually doesn't get one shot. And she should survive. Maybe not. Yeah, she actually gets a kill. Now, while everyone is chasing, which is like, don't chase 1 kill, we could have gotten this inhibitor. At least I'm the only one going for something, and I actually do get the turret. I have to back off because of Pantheon R, but we could have gotten an inhibitor here. It was pretty free. Now we're pushing mid lane at least a little bit more, so we can get this turret. It will help a little bit, give us some more gold, give us some more map control. Oh, they do have to be careful. Looks like they escaped. Same with Cho'Gath. Hopefully he does back off. Because so far I would say, from what I've seen, he might even stay way too long. That looks like most people are bot lane. Now Lee is obviously in the area. Pantheon is going for it. Looks like he does back off. Lee is still somewhere over here. And there's Lux, there's everyone, and they should have been gone way earlier. He could have gotten out easily. He did not need to die there, but he's just not thinking about what he's doing. Okay, I come in, get 1 kill, get 2 kills. Vayne should be nearly dead at least. Now they do actually kill us. The Lee gets a good R off. I walk into him, I thought he was gone or at least dead, but he was just in that bush. So far 3-4-3, but Graves is not close enough to do anything. Graves wasn't in that whole team fight, by the way, so kind of makes sense we didn't win it that hard. Now he does end up getting 1 kill and it makes it a 4-4. Okay, and everything stops again. I'm pinging this, by the way, just to let people know, like, hey guys, a lot of minions in their base. Because as soon as we get this inhibitor, we should win the game. They can't really deal with it, I would say. Probably Vayne is the best one to deal with it, but that means no Vayne in your team fight. And that means you're probably not gonna win it. Okay, so we just have to wait for everyone to respawn. We can't go without Tristana. This is also thing I want to point out. Let's see how fat I am. I have 15 kills. 15! Our AD carry is the closest with 13, but 15 kills. And still is this 4-4-12 Graves taking all my blues. I literally did not get any blues in this game. I got a few because I killed people with a blue buff. And I actually stole one at some point because I really just wanted my blue. But at the point you have a 15-4-8 AP carry, you should probably give him the blue. Might be a good idea. And remember, blue is not only for people who need the mana, like Xerath and stuff like that. It's also for just any AP carry basically, because it gives cooldown reduction and it gives 15% AP, and that's a lot. Because let's see if I can fight myself. I actually died. There's a big team fight going on. Lee might die, but I don't know if... Yeah, I think he will. And Q over the wall, and he's dead. That deals a lot of damage. Oh no. Oh, the same as in game. I thought Lee died here, but they killed the Lux over here. So again, way too much chasing. Where's our AD carry? Why is he not slapping this turret? He could have gotten this turret way earlier. Then we could get this inhibitor and this inhibitor. I don't think we're gonna get it now. I guess you can see they have to be really careful. Lee's up, Braum is coming, Vayne is up, Pantheon is up. They have to back off at this point. Why was Tristana, our really fat 14-4-11 AD carry, not on this inhibitor? It's just a Lee, he's not gonna do anything. So yeah, so far, just wanted to note, I'm not really pointing out that much of my mistakes. I'm not actually watching myself this much. I think it's going kind of well, but yeah, just noting that for next time. Because obviously I'm just trying this out to see if I can do more videos of this in the Road to Diamond series. Okay, fight in top lane. Questionable play, I would say, because it was a 4 or 5 v3 at the start. At some point, I believe the Bard wasn't in the fight from the start, but he did show up. I'm actually in top lane. Let me just go back a little bit. I'm going top lane right here before this fight is starting. I'm going over here, split pushing, because someone needs to deal with this wave or we lose this turret. That's where a lot of people, and that's something I do myself too, I'm trying to get better at this. But you need to have map awareness in terms of waves. You need to have a lot of wave control, like know where your waves is. Is it pushing right now? Should we let it push? Should we make it push? Or should it go into our territory? All of that stuff is what you need to know, because right now if I was in this team fight, we lose this turret. Now it might be better that I was in this team fight. Right now I know 5 people are here, 2 have died now, and they're still busy. 3 people of my team are still here. They're not backing off right now. They're really low, but they're not backing off, and I know that. That's why I'm going here. This inhibitor already low. I can get this for free. That's one. Now, they should be backing off. They have not realized this yet. They're still here. Braum is backing off. Lux is going away, it seems. Gets a kill. My Graves is going in. Why, you ask? He dies, but it takes them a little time to go back. Now, Braum is still just backing off now. Lux and Vayne stayed there the whole time. They did get 1 or 2 more kills. I think 2 more kills, but for that I get another free inhibitor. Bart dies, that was a little bit unnecessary I would say. And we probably lose this turret. In the end, what happens? I think we lose 4 kills, 4 or 5 kills for 2 kills. And we trade a turret for 2 inhibitors. So questionable maybe, but we did really need this inhibitor because we weren't getting anywhere. We needed big team fights so we could get Baron or inhibitors, and it wasn't really happening at the moment. Obviously big team fight here, but yeah, it just wasn't working yet. We needed something, and that's why I decided to go for this. Now they took Baron off of that, makes sense. They did it really fast actually. I was trying to get there in time, but it didn't work. We're trying to stop them basing. That works. We get 1 kill for it, so that's fine. That means they can't really do all that much. A lot of their wave clear is gone. Pantheon is probably their main split pusher. They don't have it now. And they're not gonna fight in a 4v5, so that gives us a lot of time. They do have Baron, which will help with the wave clear. That's why I'm going a little bit here. I want to push this to pressure them even more. Do decide to back off because I don't want to die at the moment. So yeah, game should be coming to an end pretty quick now. Lux, by the way, has the new item. It's the, well, it's not new, but it's Benji's Veil, which now gives AP and CDR instead of health. So it's really good. Very useful item. Because they already recommended it on a few mages, but you don't really want to build a tank item on a mage, and now they turned it into an actual item good for mages. That's very useful. Okay, some fighting going over here. Not gonna work, but I'm fighting this guy. Now I did something that I don't know if it was good. I used my big team fighting R on 1 person. So you can, that's a pretty questionable decision. I would say it was probably the right to make because that's Pantheon and I don't want a Pantheon in my face. So I don't really know the damage, but I'm one of our team's major carries. I don't want to die there. Even without my R, my W and E should still do a lot of damage, especially if I can get my passive on a few people. That should still be enough AoE damage to win the team fight. So that's why I decided to do it, and I do think it was actually the right decision. I just wanted to point it out. Some big team fighting Rs are okay to use. Like Brand, Malphite, sometimes you just need to get 1 person. Just get a pick, just do it. Sometimes you actually don't need to do that. Sometimes you really want to save it for a big team fight. But a lot of the time you don't need to do that, and that's where you need to get used to that. You need to get some experience and have good decision making to play those type of champions. But you do need to think about it. You can't just say, okay, I'm gonna wait for the big team fight, because a lot of opportunities are wasted because of that. A lot of kills get away, and just 1 kill, if you get a carry or anything, it can make the difference in a team fight later on. Another one I want to point out is Orianna, which is a really big one. A lot of Orianna players save their R for that amazing ult in a big team fight where they get at least 3 people, and then it never happens. Just never happens, and then it's wasted. It doesn't do anything. If you don't use your abilities, it doesn't do anything. It seems really obvious for a lot of people, but you need to remember, if you're waiting for that perfect R, you're not using it. It doesn't work that way. And a lot of times getting 1 kill, just one-shotting 1 carry should be enough. So let's see what happens next. So 4v5, but I don't have my big team fighting R. I die. Oh yeah. As I said earlier, at some point I get a 1000 crit from this Vayne. That's where this happened. So yeah, that's bad for our team. We still have big carry in Graves, who can definitely one-shot people. We still have Tristana, who's really fat, so we could still get some stuff. They're still pressuring everything by killing the minions. But also Elder Drake's coming up. Cho'Gath still split pushing, by the way. A little bit questionable because now Tristana is dead. Actually a little bit, very. If you're the tank, you want to group. Lots of people don't group on a lot of team fighting champions. For example Gnar. You definitely want to do that. Okay. Cho'Gath is flanking. Don't know if he's gonna get anything for it. He misses his Q. Gets wrecked by Vayne mostly. And he's dead. Okay, so both teams really want Elder Drake, because this is still a pretty close game actually. Like their Vayne, their Lux, they're gonna be strong anyway. Obviously Lee and Pantheon are kind of falling off. They're not really that strong anymore. They won't have a lot of an impact, but they can still be in those fights. They can still do a lot. We got a Braum here, probably trying to get some vision, but I wasn't looking at it, so I'm not sure. We don't know where anyone is at this moment. So do have to be careful, but we were prepared obviously. And that's where we instantly kill 3 people. We get the Elder Drake, which gives us a boost. Vayne is definitely a prime target. I actually get hit by Lux Q, which I didn't expect, so I didn't flash away. And I die for it, so that's not great. Cho'Gath is respawning and has TP, so he will probably TP somewhere here. And there it is. I would be careful with doing that, because that's still a Vayne and you're a tank. And you're pretty strong, but it's still, again, it's a Vayne. Always have to be careful with Vayne. I do get the Lux, that's most of the wave clear. Now, as I said, Lux can delay games. Probably not against all this. This is just too much. So, yeah. That's this game. Might get another kill, I don't think so. Yeah, they actually get the Vayne. And there goes the Braum. I would say they're just trying to delay it now so Lux and Pantheon can respawn. It's not gonna be enough. So yeah, this was my first replay analysis. I think, like, from how it feels for me to do this, was very hard. Lots of stuff was going on because I wasn't just paying attention to my lane, but also to all of the other lanes. Next time, because I'm probably gonna do more of it, I feel pretty good about this episode. Next time I will probably focus a little bit more on just mid lane, because now there were a few big things where I really wanted to talk about, where I think like, oh, this is really important, I need to talk about this. Then another team fight was happening and another thing was happening, and there was just too much to do. And in laning phase I actually felt like a few times I was like, what do I talk about now? And that was pretty hard, but I think it went pretty well. I'm probably gonna do more of it, and I do think it will help me quite a lot, because I did see a few mistakes. I didn't point a lot of my mistakes out. Next time, maybe, because I don't know if I will be doing it in ranked next time yet. We'll see about that. Maybe I will do another episode in normals first and then go into ranked. But next time maybe we'll do a loss, and maybe that will be a lot different, where I can more easily see some mistakes. And also, like, I made some mistakes, but they always went well because this Lee missed all his Qs and this Lux missed basically all her spells all the time. So whatever I did, it didn't really matter. I just got fat anyway. But yeah, I think it went pretty well. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.